Isn't it interesting how when you imagine the big picture, you begin to notice that every single moment of clinging, of control, of ego screaming, is like a child gripping a toy steering wheel in the back seat, convinced they're driving the car. And life, the actual driver, smiles, letting the game continue, until eventually the crash of reality reminds you you were never in control anyway. And maybe part of you already knows, when you cling, you choke. And the more you choke, the more life tightens its grip, until chaos bitch slaps you awake. And another part of you also knows, when you breathe, when you trust, when you release, the river itself carries you downstream far smoother, far faster than you could ever have paddled. So imagine two futures. In one, you refuse to learn this. You keep the white-knuckle grip, demanding the map fit the territory, and years from now, you wake up bitter, exhausted, broken, realizing you lived decades of life like a storm victim, cursing the rain instead of learning to dance in it. And in another, you trust, you let go, you allow, you laugh at the storm, and suddenly creativity erupts, love deepens, your body heals faster, stress dissolves, and you live as if the whole universe is conspiring through you, not against you. And what's fascinating is, you already know how to do this. You do it every night when you fall asleep. You surrender to unconsciousness. You do it every time you laugh so hard you forget yourself. You do it when music carries you, and you disappear into rhythm. So isn't it funny? The skill you fear you don't have is already the most natural state. And what happens if you don't? You suffocate under an identity too heavy to carry. You live your life like a Monopoly player, flipping the board because the dice didn't roll 6. You choke on every little loss, refusing to see that loss was the doorway into freedom. You repeat the same painful patterns, like a scratched record, playing the same sad note over and over, until the music of your life is just noise. And that's the karma of control. That's the price of clinging. And what happens if you do? Well, suddenly, every storm becomes a playground. Every failure becomes fertilizer. Every end becomes the seed of a beginning. You stop being the victim of life and become its co-creator, not by force, but by flow. And the science proves it. Neuroscience shows prediction error collapses when you align expectation with reality. Instant peace. Psychology shows the default mode network dissolves when you release identity. Instant spaciousness. Physics shows you're not separate, but wholeness itself. Instant belonging. Biology shows life is self-balancing when you stop interfering. Instant harmony. So isn't it inevitable? When you act this way, your future becomes lighter, freer, brighter, more playful, more alive. And maybe your mind right now is juggling all these metaphors: the casino dealer, the thermostat, the wave, the GPS, the Monopoly dice, the crown, the coffin, the weather app. And it can't possibly hold them all at once, can it? And isn't that confusion useful? Because in the space where the old map breaks, a new truth slides in. You don't even need to try to believe it consciously, because your unconscious already recognizes it as the deeper truth it always knew. And let me say this without sugarcoating. Life doesn't give a shit about your story. It doesn't care about your ego script. It will slap you, break you, humiliate you, embarrass you, until you fucking wake up to the truth that you're not the map. You're the goddamn territory. And the territory is perfect. Always was, always will be, even when you can't see it. So stop arguing with reality. Stop choking yourself with control. Stop gripping the toy steering wheel. Let go. Trust. Breathe. Release. Because when you do, your life becomes lighter. Your body becomes freer. Your soul becomes unchained. Life is perfection. And I'm that perfection, even when my mind can't see it. You can already notice how you let go. You can already feel those moments expanding. You can already begin trusting the higher order that always carried you. You can already feel the relief of not being in charge. You can already live as the freedom you already are. And as you imagine that future, smiling at storms, laughing at chaos, dancing in the unknown, you might even realize you're already becoming that future right now.